Hello everybody and welcome back to the Rich Life. Today I am so excited to welcome my favorite pastry chef, Chef Padua Claire. It's true, you are. I don't know any other pastry chef I can text in the middle of the night who will actually answer my questions about baking because as I've told you guys before, I am not a baker, but he is here today to help me and to help us make a spiced pumpkin cheesecake.
Or sweet potato.
Oh, that's right, or sweet potato. You can
Yeah.
definitely swap it out.
Right.
He is a celebrity pastry chef. He's been on the Food Network a few times. He's also been the executive pastry chef at a very, very fancy catering company in DC. And I think your biggest claim to fame, honestly, is being the person who got me to do the grilled pound cake recipe on the Rich Life. Because people really love that. And I know you'll really love this spiced pumpkin or sweet potato cheesecake too.
Sweet potato, right.
And he has promised to work with me, okay? To work with me as if I don't know anything.
Closely with her.
And I don't. So he's gonna show me just like he would show you. We're gonna take it really easy and it's gonna come out really pretty in the end because you know I like things that taste good and look good too.
No, there you go.
All right, Chef, what's the first thing we do?
So the first thing we have to do is make our crust.
Okay.
So we're gonna use ginger snap cookies, graham cracker crumbs, sugar, ground ginger, and melted butter.
So I think the coolest thing we're doing today is using a really cool pan that I've actually never used before. So why are we using this again?
So we're gonna use a springform pan.
Okay.
So it's basically kind of like a cake pan, but it just has the clasp and the removable bottom, so that makes it easier for you to slide your cheesecake off.
Okay, so I feel really official. This is
You're official today, girl.
Yes, all right. And why do we have the aluminum foil?
Okay, so the aluminum foil acts as a barrier to prevent the water from seeping into the pan because we're going to bake it in a water bath. And so the water bath, what that does is controls your baking temperature and your baking time, as well as your baking time.
Okay.
Yep.
And is this specific to cheesecakes or?
Yeah, a lot of time, 90% of the time you'll use water bath for cheesecakes or custard-based things that you need to control the temperature and the cooking time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I know, and for those of you who didn't know, you know too. All right, so we are getting our wrap on.
Yeah. So you just want to make sure that it's covered tightly and snug. And that's it.
All right, so Chef, what do I do now?
Okay, so now you're gonna add your cookies.
Okay. Do I need all the cookies?
We need about a cup of ground cookies.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just do all of them.
Okay.
And we can save them. So let's just do this first.
Okay.
That way we can measure it out. So now you add your melted butter.
Okay. Just pouring all the melted butter
pour
in.
all of them in.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right. Melted butter is in.
So we're gonna mix it just until it comes together.
So I feel like you think I'm joking. I always buy the pre-made crust. I've never
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not ashamed, okay?
But it's really simple. It's really, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Okay,
Literally.
okay. So what do I use this now?
Okay, so that's your best friend. So
Okay.
actually what you're gonna do is you're gonna spread that out, and what this helps you to do is compacts your crust, but also allows you to pack it down.
Look at this crust. It is so beautiful. I think and it smells good too.
Yeah,
just wanna
ginger
eat the
snap crust.
Ooh, love it. All right, so we've got our crust done. What's next?
Okay, so next we bake this at 325 for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's nice and golden brown, and then we have to let this cool completely.
Okay.
And what that does is cooling your crust allows you to have prevents a soggy crust. Whenever you're baking cheesecake, you always want to make sure that you cool your crust completely to prevent having a soggy crust.
Okay, and no one wants a soggy crust.
Nope,
So let
not on your cheesecake.
No, no. Let your crust cool completely. So we'll be right back. So while our crust is baking, I've got Chef Padua in the background making the beginnings of our cheesecake filling. He's putting the pumpkin, the spices, and the sugar over a medium flame and cooking for about 5 minutes until it's got a nice bronzy color. So we're gonna make the cheesecake. So what do we have to do to make the cheesecake?
Okay, so what we have to do is we have to cream our room temperature cream cheese.
Yes, this is very soft. So I'm adding this to the mixer. Okay.
so this is a crucial part of cheesecake baking is you want to make sure that your cream cheese is nice and smooth and creamy.
Okay.
Because you don't want any lumps.
Okay.
Okay, you want a nice, smooth, creamy cheesecake. Yeah.
Okay. So is this good?
Um,
We need more?
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it.
Be my guest. All right, our crust is done. This looks so good again, and our filling is all done.
Yep.
So what's
filling is
next?
done. So next we're gonna fill up our cake pan.
So remember, once you fill up your cake pan, you can't just put the cheesecake right in the oven. What do we have to do?
So we have to fill it up with hot water. It can be, well, I wouldn't say boiling, but it needs to be filled halfway.
Okay, so
up
that's
the sides.
our roasting pan.
Yeah, our roasting pan. So we're gonna fill it up halfway with hot water.
Okay.
Bake it at 325 for about an hour and a half.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So our spiced pumpkin cheesecake is all done, and you know I like to keep things a little extra fancy here at the Riche Life, right, Chef Padua. So I got him to add a few extra things, starting with what?
Okay, so I just wanted to finish it off a little bit. So I patted some graham cracker crumbs around the side, and that's just to make it look a little more finished. And it's my personal preference.
Yep, and then we added,
Some chantilly cream, I made that.
yes.
And I made some toasted salted pecans.
Yes, you can buy those from the store as well, your whipped cream or chantilly cream too. And then this is my favorite, your homemade caramel sauce, which you can buy from the store too, but yours is so good. So one more tip that I want to make sure our viewers know is how to make a nice clean cut in your cheesecake so that you're keeping it nice and pretty when you're serving it too. So what's the best thing to do?
So one of my personal favorite things is to use a knife dipped in hot water
Okay,
and just clean it between each slice.
okay,
That's it.
and that's it.
Yep.
So that's
a
how,
nice firm cheesecake. Make sure your cheesecake is cold, and you dip the knife in the hot water in between each slice.
okay.
There you go.
All right, so there you go. That's it. That's the best tip to keep your cheesecake nice and pretty. So what do you say we try some?
I think we should.
All right. You first?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. This is good.
The pecans are really good.
I didn't get one.
It adds a lot of texture to it. You know, whenever you're plating desserts, you always want to have texture. Smooth, a little salt, a little sweet. Yeah.
This is good. This is really good. I feel extra proud today because I did a lot to make this.
You did.
Almost by myself.
Okay.
I hope you guys try it though. We're gonna give you everything that we did, all the tips in the recipe. If you have any questions though, feel free to reach out. You can reach Chef Padua at Suga Chef. It's SUGA Chef, CHEF on Instagram or
Yep,
sugachef.com.
Sugar Chef everywhere, yeah.
Everywhere. I love your Instagram
Thank you.
feed though. So check that out to see some of his fabulous desserts and let me know too how it goes. And I hope you subscribe too so that you can stay up to date with all of the latest here at The Riche Life. Until
Wait,
next time.
No, one more thing. Just in case you don't like pumpkin, which some of us don't, we can switch it out for sweet potato.
Yes.
Yeah.
Switch it out
Very
for sweet
easy.
potato.
Yeah,
Let us
very
know how
easy.
it goes
Yeah.
too. And we'll see you next time at The Riche Life. Okay.
Are you serious? Look at all that. All that. Look at all that's yield. There you go.
Okay.
That's
so
right.
all of the
First lesson in
softened-
culinary school, yield. So you want to scrape all that good stuff out of there.
All the
There you
goodness,
go.
this deliciousness is
There you
now
go.
in
See?
here.
That's
All right.
right.